It's a WrestleZone news break, a news flash, if you will. We're still figuring out the name. What's going on, everybody? It is Kev Kellum here with WrestleZone. A news flash updating you on the big news going into Friday Night SmackDown. A fun episode. Check out the SmackDown Double Down, available in our podcast feed with Colin Tessier breaking down that big show, which set up a lot of different things involving Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. But the big news before the show even went on the air is that Zelina Vega was released by WWE. Now, more details have come out. A lot of people obviously very upset on her behalf. A lot of fans very angry at WWE about the whole thing. And it involves, of course, the permeating very big issue involving WWE cracking down on their superstars having dealings with third parties like Twitch or Cameo. Zelina Vega, once a future star of the women's division, is no longer with the company. She's the first casual of WWE's policy that bars wrestlers from engaging with websites that aren't their own. The company reportedly is in the process of creating a brand-approved deal with Twitch and Cameo, and individual accounts have been shuttered in the interim. Now, Zelina Vega possibly went too far under this new policy by launching her own OnlyFans account, which is described as having exclusive videos and photos of cosplay, lingerie, swimsuits, and more for $30 a month, and was it was basically the impetus of WWE terminating her contract. She had been with the company for some time, was featured heavily on Monday Night Raw earlier in 2020, managed Andrade and Angel Garza, and was featured on the WWE All-Women's Pay-Per-View Evolution as well. Recently was involved in some pay-per-view matches against Asuka. WWE confirmed to Sports Illustrated that Selena Trinidad was terminated for breaching her contract. It was also noted that Vince McMahon specifically took issue with her actions and made the decision to terminate her account. Sources speaking with Sports Illustrated also stated the WWE upper management felt that Trinidad, quote, boxed them into a difficult situation by creating the OnlyFans account. Vega tweeted out support for unionization. Upon learning of her release, she later appeared on Twitch on Friday night, thanking fans for their support. Selena's husband, Aleister Black, is still a performer with WWE on the SmackDown brand. It is also noted that he recently requested a return to WWE NXT, but that request was denied. It's unclear how Vega's dismissal will affect Black's standing in WWE, but one hopes that he doesn't start, getting flung through tables like by Lars Sullivan. We'll see how things go. I guess it's maybe a reference by our one Alex Santamaria towards what's going on with Lana. Miro went to AEW, so there has to be some retribution, for lack of a better phrase, with what's going on here. Now, obviously, a lot of fans very upset about this, and I laid it out as to why you could see why this is happening and why WWE is apparently doing this. And mind you, no one else has been fired for this. A lot of people stopped their accounts or are waiting for WWE to set this new arrangement for whatever it could be. And yes, they are hiring people for that position. So fans chiming in here, very upset about what's going on. Benjamin A. Jones over in the UK watching our videos all the time. Thank you so much. Interacting with us live. And if you're with us live for the first time, turn your notifications on. We're doing live post shows for SmackDown, Raw will be on later tonight, AEW, NXT, all the pay-per-views, and you can get them in the podcast as well. Go subscribe, WrestleZone. Look for that logo you see right up there in the corner. Look for it on Spotify, Apple, so much more. Benjamin A. Jones saying, let Aleister Black be on NXT. That's where he wants to go. Well, here's the thing. Just because everyone wants something doesn't mean it's the best thing for the story or the show overall. Maybe there is a plan for Aleister Black. So many people make assumptions, right? And like this, if you agree with me, like this video right now, if you agree with me, so many people make assumptions about what they think they know in wrestling, and that's what it needs to be. And that doesn't always tend to be the best thing. Okay? So let's get into more comments from you guys coming in live. Love your show. Thank you, Anthony Phillips. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Here we go. David Dodgel texting in, completely sucks, but she did sign a contract. WWE can always be the villains in this. Yeah, I think there's no way for them not to be seen as the villain in this. I don't think it's great. I think it's sad. I think it's unfortunate. She's a very talented person, has a lot of drive, has a lot of character. And we haven't even seen the ceiling with her in terms of what she could do as an in-ring performer. She was such a dynamic performer off microphone, off the ring rather, and on the mic. cutting those promos and doing those things. And I think she galvanized an audience in that way. So we'll see what happens here. Mike Sheehan said, no, we will probably see Aleister Black lose. I don't think that's a given, guys. I really, really don't think that's a given that that's going to happen. I think so many people rush to that conclusion. And if that's true, wouldn't Adam Cole have lost the NXT championship a long time ago? Yeah. If you follow that, we know he's in a relationship with one Britt Baker. Wouldn't he have lost that title a long time ago? People don't kind of make that idea. Now, obviously, he's not the champion now. He's dealing with some injuries and things like that. But he was the champion for quite some time. Yeah, while he's in a relationship with somebody else. Everyone thinks, oh, it's because you're dating someone else from the other company. That is so ridiculous. Now, if those things with that relationship shine poorly on the company in some way or you're standing, that could be seen. And I can see where people make those assumptions. But it is so knee-jerky. That is so knee-jerky. My knees are down here, and they're not jerky because I'm kind of slowing down and taking things as they happen here. All right, other comments from different people here. Michael Covington saying, if this was Roman Reigns, guaranteed he wouldn't have gotten released. Oh, well, some people say that too. If this is a big superstar doing this, they wouldn't be released. Well, then AJ Styles, he has a Twitch account. He suspended the account. He's not doing it anymore. He's not streaming and playing video games on there anymore. So is he going to be doing that with WWE anytime soon? Who knows? And there's more than a few WWE superstars that stood up and said, hey, this isn't right. Can we figure something else out? And as I've explained in previous videos with you guys, there's a reason for this, and it makes some business sense as to why this is happening. I'm not saying I agree with it or I approve of it, but I get it because I think WWE gets put in a tough position here. If you're WWE and you're working with a client or a sponsor because you're in a business, and you don't have the type of revenue you had in terms of streams, live entertainment streams. So you don't sending out these people for live events. You aren't sending out talent for live events. They aren't working those extra dates towards their downside guarantee. Yet at the same time, sponsors you have for those live events, you go and do house shows or whatever. You would also go do marketing events. So now we have marketing partners we can't do events with. What do we do with them? We're gonna do online content with those people. We're gonna do live streams with our talent. So why would you want to pay for our talent and do those different things with our talent? Why would we want to compensate those talents? If those talents are already doing those things on their own outside of the company, and that's a conflict. It's a business conflict. The reason this is being done because it's a business conflict. That isn't me defending WWE. It's me saying what the situation is because no one wants to go more than 2 inches beyond their hands. They don't want to stretch their limit of comprehending the whole thing in general. Now I understand it. I understand where this isn't to some people fair and it isn't right. George Davis saying WWE made an example out of her. And other people already making those speculations. Herman saying, what happened first? What happens first? Black being in the doghouse or WWE stopping Lana from going through a table? Everyone's saying that Lana's going through a table because Miro went to AEW. That's a crazy assumption. I can see where it's on the surface, where we have Monday at Raw is going to be on here in a little bit. I assume maybe she goes through a table again tonight. I think they're doing it because you're talking about it. I think they're doing it because fans are paying attention to when she goes through a table, when she doesn't. Here we go. Other people with different takes. Christian Rose is saying, I'm sorry. I like Zelina, but she's still a mid-card on a woman's side of WWE. She's better off on Impact. Now they got to do Aleister like they're doing Lana. Everyone's just saying that Aleister's going to get booked. Aleister's going to get booked into the doghouse. You haven't seen him on TV in a while. You don't know what they're going to do with him. You don't know that. Now, I could be wrong, but you don't know it. You just don't know it. And everyone talks in this way where assumptions become truth, and assumptions are already reached through conclusions that can't be reached yet. We don't know it. You know what I mean? We just don't. It's okay. Here we go. Someone saying, this is a crazy one. Adam Grzierski saying, I had a weird dream where Vince hated babies. Who's this Vince and why would he hate babies? Babies. It's such a crazy question here. Thomas Blair saying, as an independent contractor, there are rules of what we are allowed to do and not to do, and I can see WWE's rules do apply. And Tommy adding that she's a great manager. She is a great manager. She's not done with wrestling. She noted that on her Twitch stream. She's going to have a future in professional wrestling. And what's to say she doesn't have a future again in WWE? There's plenty of people who have left WWE on much worse circumstances that return to the company in great favor. Other people with different takes. Just Breesy say the wrestlers had a chance to make a stand and they fell in line. I think they did make a stand, guys. I don't think that isn't the case. That absolutely happened here. Other stories we're following in the world of wrestling at the moment as they develop. We'll have live Raw results tonight, and we will have Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre on air tonight. If you're watching this later on demand, you may already know the difference. You may already be able to check out our Raw post show, but we're going to have a WWE Championship match on Raw. What do you think? Who's winning? Especially coming out of Friday's SmackDown, where they had Drew McIntyre pop up on SmackDown, a Raw guy challenging for the Raw title, popping up on SmackDown, opening the show, calling out Roman Reigns, the SmackDown champion, the WWE Universal champion, who's on his own run here with the whole tribal chief bit. And Jey Uso then interrupts Roman and says, I'll take on Drew. I'll take care of the family business. And he got beat. So Drew is now making it harder for Jey Uso, but definitely getting in Roman Reigns' face, and is the illusion that Drew McIntyre wins back this belt. Also in the background over on Raw, you have The Miz teasing a Money in the Bank briefcase cash-in. You have The Fiend terrorizing the Snake Man, Randy Orton. He's currently holding the belt and just won it at Hell in a Cell a few weeks ago. What's going on here? Does Drew McIntyre win back the title after losing it just a few weeks ago at Hell in a Cell? Want to know what you guys think of this? Give me your predictions, what you guys think is going to happen. I am of the side, I do think there's some shenanigans tonight, and I could see Drew getting the belt back, but I don't mind being wrong as long as the match is good. Raw needs this spark. Raw needs something exciting that fans are talking about on Raw. And I think this is the right thing to do this time of year. They're up against Monday Night Football with Bears in Minnesota tonight, Chicago Bears. Bear down, Chicago Bears. People saying Randy Orton will hold the title until WrestleMania to take on Edge. People are saying that as well. But there is some debate about that. We always have the reliable force of WrestleVotes on Twitter. Now, WrestleVotes has scooped many big things for us, including that weird possible delay with WrestleMania. Well, earlier today, WrestleVotes tweeted this out. He says, WrestleMania update. Sources states that while Edge versus Randy Orton has long been a standing plan, still, at this moment, the idea of Edge versus The Fiend has been discussed for the show. Oh, wow. So that could change things. That could change things quite a bit. People already predicting how this is going to happen. I do think this match is going to have some really big indications of what we see going into the Royal Rumble. Who are the champions going into the Royal Rumble? Do we get Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre? Is that a hotter match than what we have here? Because you understand, the WWE champion, whoever it may be from Raw, will take on the WWE champion from the Universal champion from SmackDown at this Sunday's pay-per-view. Maybe we get a last-minute switcheroo. William T. Wages says, what you bet SummerSlam we get a three-way, Orton, McIntyre, and Reigns. You know what, William T? I'm actually more into that. I wouldn't mind a decent, effective, good old dust to finish, if you will, that could put McIntyre into this match. I think that could be a little bit more, I could be more entertaining. I could be into that idea. So different things being switched up here, big time for us. Clifford Ford said, he just said that. I just said that. That guy said the thing before I could say it. That's okay. It's all right. We're all thinking the same things here. This is indeed shenanigans. We do have shenanigans. You want to quote a great movie? Go watch the great film Super Troopers, where they say shenanigans. Go Google that when you're done with this right now. Other people with more takes. If you're with us live, yeah, this is worth talking about. We have a movie star in the making. Jay Feliciano texted me about this. Thank you, Jay. Jay knows more than a few things about WWE. Sasha Banks, movie star in the making. She was recently featured on The Mandalorian. I've not seen it yet. If you have seen it, let me know what you guys think of it. I appreciate the take on that. I've heard great things from Star Wars fans who say The Mandalorian is like the best Star Wars thing to come out since the original trilogy and stuff like that. So good on her. Could that pull her away from WWE? We will see. Mike Anthony saying Banks was badass on The Mandalorian. I know she has a blaster in the photos I've seen, so I definitely have to check it out and catch up. But I got a lot of wrestling to watch. We got Monday Night Raw. We'll be live tonight after Monday Night Raw. If you're watching this on demand, don't be afraid to check out our channel on YouTube. All right, so on YouTube, you want to like, you want to subscribe, and you want to ding, turn that bell on. Now, over on Facebook, if you're watching there, make sure you like our page and you follow as well. That's how you get the notifications to know exactly when we go live. And also just watch these on demand or check out the podcast. We have a lot of cool stuff in the podcast feed right now. Filthy Tom Lawler from MLW talks about the return of MLW. A man who fought in the UFC is now kicking ass in pro wrestling with MLW. Very great interview with him. I also talked to John Ryman, former WWE writer, former Tonight Show writer, and he talked to me about the very odd circumstances, the very challenging circumstances of writing in WWE and how satisfying it can be. Talked about his new board game coming out called Antisocial Skills, which is quite funny. And we have interviews coming up this week with DDP, bang, and so much more. Maybe even the most popular tag team in the world. Yeah, that's coming sometime soon. I can't say who they are, but that is going to be a very kicking interview, to say the least. All right, check that out. It's coming up. You'll get it in our podcast feed. These newsflash videos, these are video only. So if you're on our video channels, you know what's up. Enjoy wrestling.